more is always better.
Such are the heady joys of consumer capitalism.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we will be ranking our picks for the top 10 video game DLCs.
Oh man, are we really digging that up?
For this list, we've chosen our entries based on a combination of the entry's success, popularity, and how much the entry added to the base game. We have also stuck to DLC that adds missions or stages, and it had to have started as downloadable content before being sold in a physical format. As we're looking for meaty chunks of content here, weapons and skin packs are obviously excluded.
And what? You thinking of taking over? Maybe. Pfft, that I'd like to see.
Number 10, The Ballad of Gay Tony, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, there was a bomb at the bank. The place got robbed. Nothing to do with me, I swear.
Players who couldn't get enough of Liberty City got one hell of a power ballad as their final send-off. The second entry in the episodes of Liberty City behind The Lost and the Damned. This time around, we take the reins of the new socialite Luis Fernando Lopez and his business dealings with Anthony Gay Tony Prince.
Yes, you know, if the bodyguard business partner thing doesn't work out, you should consider a career as a f***ing life coach.
A what?
Never mind.
With more weapons, more vehicles, more minigames, and more multiplayer modes, The Ballad of Gay Tony has pretty much everything a flamboyant nightclub entrepreneur can offer you.
What is wrong with you? I was supposed to be the irrational idiot with the anger issues.
Number 9, The Egg Cup and Triforce Cup, Mario Kart 8. The first of 2 DLC packs with a second scheduled for future release, this one gives you 8 new tracks. And included amongst them are old favorite tracks like the SNES version of Rainbow Road, which, by the way, we listed as our number 1 Mario Kart track. Taking a cue from Smash Bros., this pack steps out of the Mushroom Kingdom and gives us tracks based off The Legend of Zelda, Excitebike, and F-Zero. Purchasing the first pack gives you a discount on the second one, really limiting your excuses here. Number 8, Left Behind, The Last of Us.
Just stay calm. Stay calm.
Nothing is worse than being left behind in the apocalypse. For those who have played The Last of Us, have you ever thought how Ellie got infected in the first place? Left Behind gives you those answers.
Ellie, your arm.
Avoiding spoiler territory here, Left Behind begins as a flashback during the fall segment of the game, and focuses strongly on the last months of the friendship between Ellie and her companion Riley.
You dick! That's 2 times today!
This DLC is a great deal, if only for the stellar tears to dollars ratio it results in.
Riley, you're such a sap.
Bet you started it.
Number 6, New Super Luigi U, New Super Mario Bros. U.
Made it.
Being released during the year of Luigi, it only made sense that the legendary sidekick would take the helm of the flagship franchise. A DLC and later a standalone game for New Super Mario Bros. U, players once again have to foil Bowser and his evil schemes. With Mario not around though, the task falls to Luigi. Although the levels are a bit shorter this time around, there are still the same amount of them that were included in the original. Add to that the tighter time limit and slightly different controls for Luigi, and you've practically got a whole new game.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
Number 6, The Knife of Dunwall, Dishonored.
This time, you can't just fade away into the shadows. There will be consequences.
Some of the best DLCs are new campaigns that run parallel to the main story. The Knife of Dunwall does exactly that. In the new campaign, you play as Dodd, the one who murdered the Empress in Dishonored's main story.
One more job shouldn't have mattered. I'd killed nobles before.
Outfitting the player with plenty of unique powers and equipment, it falls on you to redeem Dodd of his crimes. If finally playing as a speaking protagonist wasn't exciting enough, the DLC also adds a new difficulty called Master Assassin, for those of you that are already true masters of Dunwall.
Is anything bothering you, Dad? I've seen you kill a man without ruffling his hair.
Number 5, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, Borderlands 2.
Why are you testing me on this stuff again?
Because you're a muscly guy. We gotta make sure you're not faking geekhood just because it's trendy.
Now it's time for a game within a game. The 4th and final DLC to Borderlands 2, here the players enter a game of bunkers and badasses, the Dungeons and Dragons of the Borderland world, hosted by Game Master Tiny Tina.
What's initiative?
It says which order we attack in.
I punch the initiative.
Unlike traditional Borderlands, the DLC is a self-aware fantasy-themed experience that is consistently manipulated by Tina.
Didn't you just say the sorcerer messed up the town? Why would things be lovely?
Whoops. What I meant to say is, it's eternal night, and you hear spooky music, and the whole area kind of smells like butts and dead people.
Those privy to tabletop lingo will find plenty of amusement in the dialogue, and in the subtle jabs and references to other popular games in the fantasy genre.
We gotta be careful. The guy who killed me and stole my souls is still somewhere around here.
Number 4. Lair of the Shadow Broker. Mass Effect 2.
The Shadow Broker. Dangerous enemy to have.
Here is another series with some amazing DLC. We were considering the Citadel from Mass Effect 3, but this one was simply more fun to actually play.
She's around the corner. We're not going into the construction site, are? Oh, goddess.
Lair of the Shadow Broker adds an additional campaign to the main story, which deals with trying to find information on the mysterious Shadow Broker.
Enough talk. My operations are too crucial to be compromised by a traitor.
Widely acknowledged to be the greatest DLC for the franchise, the climactic fight on the outside of a space cruiser is worth the price of admission alone.
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Remember the old days when you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
Number 3. Dragonborn. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim.
This is House Redorin territory. You do well to remember that.
Gamers almost always like something new, but never underestimate the appeal of nostalgia. Here, on a quest to find the first Dragonborn, players return to Solstheim, the same island where the Blood Moon expansion for Morrowind was set so many years before.
Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders aren't welcome here.
Of course, there are new quests, new enemies, and new weapons, but the real treat was seeing all the Morrowind-esque stuff in the new, updated engine. Funnily enough, Blood Moon was a taste of Skyrim in Morrowind, and now Dragonborn is a taste of Morrowind in Skyrim, if you follow me.
Wish I could have said the same for my man here.
Number 2. Undead Nightmare. Red Dead Redemption.
Moses is having a tough time right now. Ain't you, pal?
What can make the Wild West even more interesting? Zombies, of course.
You got any idea of how we can survive?
You could try shooting them creatures, you dumb fool.
Undead Nightmare, the major DLC for Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption, occurs in the same world but is non-canon to the original story. We follow our hero John Marston as he tries to find a cure for the zombie outbreak, after his wife and son have both been turned.
Now, I don't know what the hell's gotten into you sick, crazy bastards or what else was done to you, but I'm going to get help. Stay calm.
Released only 5 months after the main game, it added many new features to go along with your zombie murdering spree, like the 4 horses of the apocalypse that are all rideable. Time to go back and spend even more time in New Austin.
Guess I best go find me a doctor in town.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Kind of takes you back, doesn't it?
Raccoon City? Fortunately, yeah. That's where all this started.
What? Did you think it was gonna be that easy? Well, think again, loser!
We have done it!
Washington's troops do not retreat. They advance or die.
Well, looky over here. Yeah, look at this here right now. Uh-huh.
Number 1. Minerva's Den, Bioshock 2. For a series known for solid DLC, such as Burial at Sea, picking the least popular entry in the series may seem like an odd choice, but this one was a real treat for those who played it.
It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is.
We follow Subject Sigma, another Big Daddy, as he explores the main computer system of Rapture.
Daddy, you always save me from monsters.
Aside from the generous amount of gameplay included, Minerva's Den also fully encapsulates the themes of the original Bioshock. A story chock full of twisted ethics and twisted characters.
What steps into Minerva's Den? Potter's newest toy?
Do you agree with our list?
It was amazing.
What's your favorite video game DLC? For more expansive top 10s published every day that you don't need your credit card for, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
We will. We absolutely will.